You're looking at a daily chart of the Nasdaq. And by the way, welcome to my daily review. My disclaimer is be big boys and girls and do your own due diligence. I do not recommend here to buy, sell, or hold equities. I am here for my own amusement. And you're going to do what you want anyway, because you're all big boys and girls. Anyway, today the Nasdaq just traded down to its 10 EMA, found support and bounced. It's showing good resilience, but to me, it hasn't proven itself yet. Not until it powers through the 200 simple moving average and gets in a power trend, I'll become a little more aggressive. And of course, you do what you want, because that's my disclaimer. But the Nasdaq still has work to do, but it is showing a lot of promise. Every day this year in 2023, all 16 sessions has shown a positive new high, new low data. So that's also encouraging. The market breadth has been strong. And but like I say, the Nasdaq still has work to do, and it needs to prove itself. Allow the markets to prove themselves. Ask yourself, has the S&P 500 proven itself? It's through the 200. It's not making new highs, can't get above the 4,100. So, make your own conclusion. I would say no, this thing still has more work to do. But it's promising. I mean, from where we've been, since October of 2021, or even prior to that, this sure looks a lot better. The IWM is a Russell. Yeah, you're going to hear some stuff about the golden cross, where the 50 crosses above the 200, big deal. But, people like to make a big deal about it. So anyway, let's move on to the oil and gas. Field services stock, TDW, it's one of our leading stocks at INCY stock charts, keeps making new highs. I mean, what can you say? It's trending along its 10 EMA, and it's just showing strength. It's acting as you would want, your stocks to act. At least me, I want my stocks to go higher. Here's 9. This thing did a whoop, a little drop. It still stayed above its 50, but then it was up 7% today. This thing moves quite a bit. This thing's showing a little bit better action than 9. These are all field services stocks, by the way. Traded down to its 10, found support, was up 4% today. So that looks good to me. Weatherford, this is oil and gas machinery equipment stock, a different group. The group is 43 out of 197. Just traded down to its 10 EMA, found support. And, this is what you want, how you want your stocks to behave. NOV is in the same group, the oil and gas machinery. And this one actually looks good. It traded down to its 10 and bounced up near that buy point there. If you can see that long consolidation here, it's been nearly a year. Yeah, March of 2022. So that looks good. The bigger the base, the higher in space. Anyway, I want to go to the semiconductor stocks because they are just ripping. Some of them are ripping, some of them are struggling. So it's a stock picker's market here. There's a lot of stocks struggling, but if you pick the right stocks, you can do well. This is ACLS, another one of our leaders at MC stock charts. And, what can you say? Made another new high today. I mean, of course, we want our stocks to make new highs, right? That's the idea. That way we make money. They're not going to go up every day, though. Here's AEHR. This is a small company. Did it make a billion market cap? It has. It's now over $1 billion market cap. They announced another contract today. You can see the pool here right before earnings and the gap up on earnings, and that's what intrigued me. 32% move with the 518% above average daily volume. Pulled back to its 10 EMA and just is rocketing higher. So good for AEHR. RMBS, another one, just showing strength here. If you look at the weekly, this big cut pattern, pulled back and has blasted higher the last 3 weeks. RMBS looks good to me. And STM, people ask me, why don't you ever show STM? It's a really good stock. Well, this Swiss stock is showing well. What can you say? Made another, let's look at the weekly. Made another high today, right? Had this little downturn, and now the relative strength is showing new highs. So that one looks good. STM, I do not own it, but If you want a semiconductor stock, that one looks good. BMRN. Look at this one, gapping higher, making new highs. But if you look at the bigger picture, you can see it's visited the outhouse there for a long time, and now it's back in the penthouse making new highs. I gotta like that one. INCY. Oh, I know why I showed this one, because it's got this, Dolly Parton pattern here, the base on base. And just trading near a buy point here, 84.58. Just a long consolidation from way back. And you can see the 2020 ramp and then the sell-off ever since. This is a company, though, that has, solid earnings. And it's got a drug pipeline. It's not one of those biotech stocks without any, revenues or earnings. CPRX is one that, nice fundamentals. They had the letter from Teva saying they're going to make a generic drug, and I think CPRX is going to defend their patent. I'd be very surprised if the FDA allows Teva to make a generic drug, but we'll see. A lot of people don't want to get involved with litigation, but these guys have done a lot of litigation, and they've had some favorable decisions. And this one traded down 29% on Monday, and has gotten some of that back. 9% yesterday, another nearly 4% today. It's up more than 170% in a year. So Catalyst has done well. And just moving on to retail, which I like. This is a ELF, had that 3-day sell-off and now is back above the 50. So that's good action for there. You'd like to see the volume pick up a little bit on ELF. TJX is another retail stock. I think looks good here. You got to look at the weeklies. You can see the base on base on base on base, and now it's just kind of handling out. It traded down last week, yes, down to its 50, found support. So that looks good. TJX. And ROST Stores is another one. Gapped up on earnings, just forming this little shelf. And they that looks good to me. The shorts can't push it down. It's trading above its moving averages. And I cannot go a day without talking about CROX. This thing sells off every morning and then pushes back up. I don't know what's going on with this thing. It made a new high, I believe, last week. Yeah, 131. And then pulled back to like 118 today. Yeah, and then found support and closed right, just above its 10 EMA. It was actually positive for the day. But their earnings is on February 16th, so you need to hear from the company and see how they're doing with their Hey Dude acquisition. I think they should be fine. I'm just going to take a little random walk here. I got to get through within 10 minutes. This is PERI. This one is making new highs. Yeah, so that's why I put it in. I've traded this stock on and off for a long time, and it moves pretty well. But now it's making new highs. So that is one that I like. This is one that I really like because I have a shoe fetish. I had the 2095 buy point for the MC Stock Shark crowd. And a lot of people tell me they're in it. What should I do? I said, take some off at 10%. Of course, I didn't say that, right? Do what you're going to do. No matter what I say, you're going to do what you're going to do. Standard buy point would be $25. And, I see a lot of these at the gym, and a lot of people really like these shoes, but I don't, I don't wear them, and all I can do is look at the numbers and tell you that, it's a 14 billion market cap. I don't know if that's correct. Anyway, the stock is setting up. I have to look more into this stock as far as sales goes, because it's, anyway, I'm going to move on. Here's Uber. Uber is setting up in a base. You can see the base on base pattern. This is the glitch yesterday. It traded down. You can kind of disregard that. Today, it traded down to its 10 EMA, and it was closed up 3.2% above that level. This thing looks good to me. It's got earnings coming up February 8th. It's got huge sales, but they need some earnings here pretty soon. And definitely a company to watch out for. MELI is a lot of the emerging markets are doing well. This is stock that what is it? I want to say Argentina, I don't know, South American stock. Anyway, retail internet stock set up in a base here. That's why I had it's had a big move from 815, but still setting up here, and it hasn't really broken out. They have earnings next month. MELI is another one that I like. URI, United Rentals, they reported after the bell today. They're up nearly 5%. Some stock buyback program. And what else did they do? Oh, they started a dividend. Yeah. So positive reaction to earnings so far. I mean, Microsoft had a positive reaction too before the CEO started talking. So you never know about these things. But URI has been a quality stock. ATKR, ATKR. Why did I have this on here? Oh yeah, nice chart here. Big base, nice handle here, a little shakeout, and down to the 50. And now it's just kind of trading tight. Earnings are February 1st, so that would be next Wednesday. Anyway, I'm trying to get in through 10 minutes. I believe I did it today. I know I did it yesterday, and we never give up.